Fasten those seatbelts, fuckers. This is gonna be a bumpy ride.
Ladies and gentlemen, we do thank you very much for your attention, and now we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the takeoff. We'll give you a little more information about our service plan for our flight this evening as soon as we're in the air. Thank you, and again, welcome aboard.
From their secret underground studio, this is the Swish Edition.
We got a mouthful for you guys.
Dale and Scott are in the studio on the mics, and they fired up the antenna.
It has to come whether you like it or not.
And if you're willing to show it, they'll take a picture of it.
I actually think I might throw up.
Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else in between, here are your new best friends. They're your
It's
hosts,
very exciting for me because this was the best show ever made.
Dale and Scott.
Season 11. Season 11, Dale.
Is it?
How bad do you like that old school opening?
I'm getting tired of it, actually.
How can you get tired of it? You haven't heard it in years.
It's too long.
It's from 2012, Dale.
You need to make a jingle like I made for Binge Bum.
You know, I thought you'd be excited about hearing the old opening again. We're starting new today. We're starting new with season 11. This is episode 313 for April 6th. Actually taping it on April 6th.
Right.
Because we didn't get it done last night.
I was under the weather.
You're still a little
Still am.
under the weather. But what are we doing in 2 hours after we record this episode?
COVID.
We're getting our first COVID vaccine doses.
Yeah, man.
And then our second one's the first week of May.
Like
and then
the 4th. May 4th, right?
Then we'll be ready to go. May the 4th be with you. That's right.
Or May 5th. One of the two.
I think it's the 4th.
Yeah.
So maybe we should wear our Star Wars paraphernalia when we go to the Walgreens.
Yeah.
I like it that I didn't have to go all the way to, my first appointment was like a half an hour away. But this
Not
one
more.
is just right across the street at the Walgreens.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that.
And I think the other one, did you have an appointment?
Yeah, I had an appointment.
Oh.
Yeah, but that was the kind where you just stay in
Stay
your
in the
car
car.
and they stick you from through the window.
Yeah.
This year I actually have to go inside. Nobody cares about that.
No.
We want to tell you, we were gone for 6-something weeks. We took a hiatus between our 10th and 11th season. Basically because we were just lazy and didn't want to do 2 shows a week. Because we also do the Binge Bum podcast, if you guys aren't listening to that. There's a new one this last Friday, all about streaming. It's a good show if you're not watching it. It's very popular.
Watching it.
Listening to it.
There you go.
All right. Well, we one of the things we did while we were gone on hiatus is we took our very first trip since the pandemic. Significant trip.
Yeah.
We did go away for Christmas last year, but that was just to a private home. We actually went on an airplane for the first time since October 2019. So
It was packed.
It was something like 18 months. Every seat on both flights packed.
Yeah, we even took the red eye and it was
Packed.
people just kept coming and coming and coming.
It was crazy. I felt very safe though. We wore
Yeah.
a mask the whole time, and
No, I felt fine.
neither one of us got COVID on our week-long trip to
and to
Vegas.
make it clear, the cold that I have is all sinus. 'Cause
Yeah,
I can
you
feel
just-
the pressure
You
in
just
my
have
face.
a cold. You're not COVID-y.
No,
You don't look COVID-y.
no, I can tell it's not because it's all sinus. I get it every year, especially in the spring, because everything's freaking blooming.
Everything is, that big tree in our front yard is like
Yeah.
looking really good. It's
Yeah.
all white flowers
I mean,
all over
there's
it.
not enough Zyrtec in the world to cure me right now.
Oh my goodness.
Gotta wait. We need a good rain
I'm sorry.
to wash it away.
Friday, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, what did you think about going back to Vegas for the first time since September?
I love that. That's my favorite place on earth,
It was pretty amazing.
especially the first night.
We went with your mom and sister who had essentially never been there before. So we did a lot of touristy things, which was fun. Dale and I stayed at Mandalay Bay, which is kind of our number one
That's our
casino.
second home.
Yeah, it really was, especially when we lived there.
Right.
And we have tons of friends there. I mean, I would say that we know at least a dozen employees.
I mean, we were sitting down and gambling, and people were just coming up.
One after one.
The
another.
waitresses, the slot techs and all those people were just coming. I was like, oh my God, we knew you were coming. We just waiting to see you.
They knew we were coming because we're on like the VIP list. Like VIPs are coming.
Right.
How did we?
I didn't know that we were ever on a list.
I didn't know that we were VIPs.
I didn't know either.
Although they did pick us up at the airport in a limousine.
And took us back. That was nice.
Man, was that nice. They met us at baggage claim. It was so cool with like a iPad with our names on it.
It's just a shame that the ride's not longer.
I know.
mean, it's only like a 10-minute ride.
I mean, you can literally, once you get in the limo, you can see the hotel.
Right.
I mean, it's not that
It's right
far.
there.
Everybody knows.
Yeah.
The airport's right next to the strip. We had a great time at Mandalay Bay. Of course, we saw our friends Kim and Jim. Went and spent an evening at their house. We saw Cheryl.
And congratulations to them if they're listening on their new home, which I think is what, November-ish? No, October?
They were
that
keeping
moved
that a secret, Dale.
Oh.
Although maybe their colleagues probably aren't listening to the show.
in? No.
We had fun visiting Cheryl, Bob and Cheryl live next door to us in Vegas. We went to their house and peered over the wall to look at our old backyard. That was kind of fun.
Yeah. Which are under construction.
Right. And then there was Omegamark. Oh my God. All right, so, before we lived in Vegas, we lived in Santa Fe, New Mexico for about 6 months.
Right.
And there was this really cool thing there that was developed by R.R. Martin. Is that his name?
George R.R. Martin.
George R.R. Martin, the guy behind Game
He's a
of
local
Thrones.
in
Right.
Santa Fe.
He lives in Santa Fe.
He even owns a movie theater, a local theater in Santa Fe.
It's got all kinds of artistic things going on.
Yeah.
And this Meow Wolf in Santa Fe was this multimedia art exhibit that you walk through, and there's secret doors, and there's all kinds of psychedelic lights and
It's
really
like
crazy shit.
something. You can't describe these things.
You can't describe it. But it was so popular in Santa Fe that they decided to take it to other cities. So they just opened this one in Vegas. It's called Area 15. And
Well, Area 15 is not George R.R. Martin.
No. But okay, so the new Meow Wolf exhibit is inside Area 15. But
Right.
Area 15 is like this big old converted warehouse that is the coolest thing. If you guys go to
Cool.
Vegas, you got to go. Coolest bar right in the middle with this massive tree.
Restaurants.
There's a axe throwing thing there, restaurant. There's virtual reality exhibits. There's stores. It's just
There,
over the top.
that old candy store, which sells like old school candy.
Yeah.
And then they have the old soda store, which sells, like RC root beer in the glass bottles. There's this old
They
soda
also had
stores.
pickle flavored soda there.
Yeah, that's kind of gross.
That is kind of gross. Anyway, so they built this new exhibit, Meow Wolf did. It's called Omegamark. And it basically, you walk in, you got to get a ticket, and it's a time ticket. You have to go in at a certain time. And you go in, and you're in this grocery store, the most bizarre grocery store that you've ever seen. And I wanted to play the commercial that they play.
Have you tried Omegamark brand orange drink? If you or a loved one answered yes, please call Omegamark Consumer Affairs immediately at 1-800-808-4194. That's 1-800-808-4194. Your safety is important to us.
And we literally had no idea what was in store for us either. I mean,
we had a general idea.
Yeah, but they just have the craziest shit on the
crazy.
shelves and like
Yeah,
the
you have
meat case.
You have some pickles. I mean, pictures. Pickles. That were like, you know how you can buy like army men in a little plastic bag?
Right.
But what was the one? It was like crazy dogs.
Weird dogs.
Weird dogs, and they were
horses.
Right.
And then there's just crazy shit. And then you like open the soda case or the cold case where the milk is, and then you can walk through it into another land, and there's all kinds of crazy shit back there.
But there was also things that you could actually buy off the shelves.
Yeah.
Like one of the thing was back in the meat case, and it was something like something intestines or something. It was like this weird thing. But if you unrolled it, it was like an airplane pillow, a neck pillow that you put around your neck, and one of those things.
There was tattooed chicken that you could buy. There was all kinds of weird shit. It's hard to describe. You can't really describe it to anyone.
But then you go into the back, and it's like a whole nother world back there of what runs this grocery store.
Right. Like the human resources department. And you can sit down at the human resources person's desk and open the desk and look at the employee files. And
right. And just like the one in Santa Fe, the whole idea is you spend time back there and you go through the desk and you find papers and things, and you're supposed to be able to solve something.
Right.
But we didn't do it in Santa Fe. We didn't do it
Right.
here either.
But like we're trying to open the what do you call it, filing cabinet door,
Yeah.
and this guy came up to us and said, "You can't open that door. There's another way or
Right.
something." And we literally
found it.
Half an hour later, we found the way.
Yeah.
It was a ladder basically from the basement.
Yeah,
up
they were like
to
selling shirts, and if you spread the shirts open
and walk
enough, you
through.
can walk through, and there was a ladder.
a spiral
Or
staircase.
spiral staircase,
Yeah.
and then you came out through the filing cabinet.
It was so crazy. We had a good time there.
It was fun.
I think your
if you
mom
go,
and,
do
I
it.
think your mom and sister enjoyed that too. They'd
Yeah.
never seen anything like that before.
Well, I know they enjoyed it because they kept going off on their own, wanting to look at everything.
Right. Then we ate at one of our favorite restaurants, Jean Georges, at Aria, and I, for the first time, had that Wagyu steak.
Yeah,
Holy
I know. That's all you've been talking about since we got home.
guacamole! It was the most amazing piece of meat I ever put in my mouth.
I'm gonna get it next time.
That sounds gross.
I'm gonna get it next time.
It was so good. It was like $75.
And yes, it was expensive, but also the best thing about that is it was like the perfect amount.
It was like 8 ounces.
Yeah,
Right.
six or eight, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't need no 16-ounce T-bone.
Right.
No, this was so good.
Right, because those steaks are so expensive, but they're so good. But you can't eat a lot of it, and then you spend so much money on this thing, you don't want to waste it.
I recommend that restaurant to anybody going to Vegas. It is one of my favorite places. That was our 4th time, and everybody we've taken there just absolutely loves it.
It's certainly an experience.
And we lucked out getting a reservation too, because it was totally, there were only like 30 or 50 and maybe it's 50% capacity when we were there.
Yeah.
But we
and
managed
try
to
the
get-
craft cocktails. Those are good. They have a little menu.
Very good. And we saw David Copperfield for the second time. That
you
was kind of
did.
fun. Yeah, Dale missed it because there was a slot meltdown at the MGM Grand. All the slots just like went
just stopped.
offline.
Yeah.
And people couldn't get their money out. Even if they had just 2 cents in it,
Yeah.
it wouldn't come
It
out.
wouldn't come out.
So that was a couple hours worth of waiting. And then, we went to the new Circa.
Yes.
Which is a brand new casino hotel downtown right off of Fremont Street.
Uh-huh.
One thing we loved about this is that it's 21 and over.
Exactly.
Kids can't even get through the front door.
Yeah. So Fremont is certainly an experience in its own.
Mm-hmm.
I don't particularly care for it. I mean, everyone should go down there once
We do it.
and check it out.
We do it when we're showing it to someone for the first
But
time.
this is a whole new reason to go.
Yeah.
Is Circa to make the trip down there.
The coolest sports book, and we're not sports people, but man, I would go watch a game at that sports book. It's kind of like stadium seating with waitresses and
crazy.
stuff, and there are brand new Game Kings there, so you can play your caveman Keno while you're watching this. I mean, the screen was bigger than anything I've ever seen before.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
I just love the seating, how you sit down.
Yeah. So
And there was tables and chairs that you could actually reserve so you can have a big party and
Right.
get drink service and all that stuff.
it was very cool.
I didn't see any food service, but that would be cool.
It's going to be very, very popular during Super Bowl, and
Oh, God. I mean, anything.
last night it was probably popular for the last NBA game.
And hockey.
Yeah.
Hockey is huge in Las Vegas.
That's true. Anyway, so that was our trip to Vegas. We had a good time. It
It
wasn't
was so
long
much
enough.
fun. We're going back in July.
We're gonna go every 100 days.
Every chance we get.
That's right.
You can't not go. Flights are so cheap. Everyone at least goes somewhere.
That's right.
I mean, what was it? The coach seats
Oh,
from
my-
East Coast to Las Vegas were like $30.
From Philadelphia to Las Vegas nonstop on American. 3 days before we left, I checked the prices. It was $31
Jeez,
each way
you can't,
in
you
coach.
can't do it. I mean, it's ridiculous that you can't not do it.
Right. Well, we didn't sit in coach. We had to be safe up front.
Yes.
Other Vegas news, the Virgin Hotel opened while we were there. Opened on April 25th. We didn't get a chance to go just because I thought I want to wait until they get all the kinks out of it.
Yeah.
But it looks like they're going to have some really cool restaurants there that would be worth checking out. And I just want to see what they did with it. This used to be the Hard Rock Hotel.
Maybe there won't be any kinks because remember they kept all the old staff from Hard Rock.
They did a lot.
Yeah.
One thing that really turns me on about that place, that really pisses me off about so many other places, even our beloved Mandalay Bay, their mini bars in their rooms, they're pricing all the stuff in the mini bar at street prices.
Perfect.
So you're going to pay what you pay at 7-Eleven.
Right.
Not like, I think I drank a Sierra Mist a couple times out of the mini bar at Mandalay Bay. It was $10.
Yeah, and those big bottles of water, which was the only water available in the room when you wake up thirsty, were $24.
That's ridiculous.
It is.
I mean, it's just highway robbery.
Yeah.
So thanks to Virgin for not gouging people on Sierra Mist and water.
Well, you would think they'd want to sell that stuff.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe they don't want to sell stuff. Maybe
I mean, they don't even
wanna...
have to sell it at street prices. They could do street prices plus $1.
Right.
It just doesn't have to be 3 times as much as
3 times. Sierra Mist, 1 can for $10. That's like you could buy 2
it's 100
cases.
times.
You could buy 2 cases for that price.
Yeah.
It's stupid. Also, they've announced that the Rio is getting a whole new makeover, and it's going to be run by Hyatt. They're going to have multiple Hyatt brands over there.
that. It needs it.
Yeah.
We've been in there a few times, and just coming in from just the floor alone is just dirty and dingy.
It was showing its age.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Well, so was like Excalibur when you go in there. It's just nasty, stinky carpet. Yuck.
They need an upgrade there too, right? I think that if MGM was smart, they would just level that and build something brand new right there.
I think that and the Luxor
Oh, I still like the Luxor.
all need to be leveled and redone. New York needs to be leveled. All those places.
Yeah. All right. Well, people who don't care about Vegas are probably tuned out by now. Anyway, we love Vegas if you didn't know. But
Go.
we're
What are you
going
gonna
back. Yeah. All right, let's go to the news, Dale. You told me about this. Apple apparently has a leaker in their midst. They faked some info to their employees to try to figure out who the culprits were.
Yeah, so I follow it because we like to watch the keynotes. There's at least 2, sometimes there's 3, and they were going to have 3 this year with the early spring one that they don't necessarily always do, and it's usually like new hardware, like an iPad or something like that. Right. And it got me because all the major Apple magazines like 9to5 Mac, Macworld that I follow, all put out this keynote message.
Yeah, you put it on our calendar.
I put it on a calendar because we were going to watch it.
Right.
Well, it never took place.
Because it wasn't real.
It wasn't real. And Apple put out this to their employees to see if it would get out. And in fact, it did.
Do you think they found the leak?
I mean, who knows? I mean, if that was the point of the whole idea, then I suspect that the employees that they were told were a small pool.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Wow.
I mean, they're big on secrecy at that place.
Yeah.
And I think that makes it more fun. That way you don't know what's coming up in these keynotes if you're a huge Apple fan like we are. So, I don't know.
I don't understand this need for people to share information like that.
Because they're getting paid.
Do you think they are?
Oh, hell yeah.
Like there's this, I just saw this news yesterday. There's this super, super exclusive private club in LA. It's called the something Bungalows. And Justin Bieber was there this past weekend with his wife, Haley, is that her name? And one of the other members tipped off the paparazzi. So when they were coming out, they got pictures and they they figured out who it was and they disavowed that person from the club. They got kicked out of the club.
They should.
I mean, why would you do that?
Right. Especially when you got places like that. If you have a venue where people like that are coming, because you got to think if you're a celebrity, there's probably a very small handful of places that you could go
and totally be yourself
and be safe
and not be
exactly
picture snapped to you every 5 minutes.
Exactly.
Right.
So if I owned a venue like that, I would do everything legally in my power that if something got out, that you would be held maybe financially responsible to thwart you from doing it and say, look,
right,
this is the business that I own. These are the people who come and partake in my services. It's all about privacy.
Exactly. I mean, it's kind of silly. But anyway,
what are you gonna do?
I'm not giving any secrets out. Keeping all the secrets close.
You are the worst one you would tell anyone.
I would immediately post it on Instagram. I'm pretty sure I did that when I saw. Well, yeah, when I see people, I'm sure I share it. I certainly share it on this show.
Yeah,
we didn't see any celebrities in Vegas. There's 2. They'll be back. Maybe they don't want to wear masks, or maybe we did, and they were behind masks. We didn't know who they were.
If this is the time to go, this is the time to go out.
Right. Of course, everyone recognized us, and we were wearing masks. We're famous too. You've been watching a lot of TikTok lately.
Yeah, I think
you got
they're
me.
funny.
You got me hooked on that too. I mean, you could spend hours and hours down the TikTok hole.
Have you ever gone far enough where you get the guy that comes up and says, "Hold up, you've been scrolling for too long"?
No,
It happens 1 hour after your first scroll.
really?
Yeah,
What did they do? What are they doing that as like a public service announcement?
I guess it says it's like, "Hold up, you've been on here for too long. Let's take a break."
Is that kind of like Netflix asking if you're still there?
Still
Are
watching.
you still watching?
Yeah.
Because we've showed you 18 episodes.
Right.
Right. Have you peed yet?
Right.
It's actually a good way to not like let it keep going and going and going, and you don't remember where you left off.
Exactly.
Like last night we were watching Golden Girls, and I fell asleep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the hell happened on the last episode.
It doesn't really matter.
Why are we watching Golden Girls when we
It's
have so
fun.
many other things to watch?
Right.
Because sometimes we can't focus on the important things that we want to watch. So anyway, TikTok has been a lot of fast food workers have been exposing the fast food restaurants from behind the scenes. Biggest ones lately were Dunkin' Donuts and Taco Bell. Listen, they're showing you gross stuff about how these great things that we all enjoy from our favorite fast food restaurants come to be,
Right.
and how we get them, what they look like. We don't want to know.
Not pretty, I'm sure.
You don't
What
want
the hell
to know.
could I be getting from Dunkin' Donuts?
Apparently, they're drinks.
Oh.
A lot of them are like gross stuff, or they say one thing is one thing when it's really not, or they use the same liquid sweetener in 15 different drinks and just call it something different by putting some cinnamon on top. And
Yeah. I don't necessarily I like their hot coffee,
yeah.
but that's it. Any of their like flavored special drinks, I just find them watered down and kind of gross.
And then apparently Taco Bell's beans, they're black beans. They come like dehydrated, and they just add hot water to them to reconstitute them. There's lots of things that you don't
Well,
want to know.
how do you expect a place like that who's serving thousands and thousands of restaurants, how they got to get all this product
Exactly.
there?
Well, this is no surprise to me. I used to work in 4- and 5-star restaurants when I was a teenager and early in college and stuff. And you don't want to know what goes on in 4- and 5-star restaurant kitchens either. I mean, I was a room service waiter at a hotel in Williamsburg, Virginia.
Yeah.
Well, I won't name the name just because I don't want to get sued, even though it's been 30 years. Holy shit, 30 years. We never washed the coffee pots that we took to the rooms. Like,
See, that's not about the restaurant. That's about the employees.
They were never washed. I
That's
mean,
bad
you would
for
just
the-
you would bring it back from someone's room, pour out the coffee, and just pour more coffee and take it to the next people.
Well, that's fine as long as you're in the same serving day. But at night, when the coffee run's done, you just rinse them.
I guess they were rinsed every now and then.
But if I'm serving coffee and my pot ran out, there's nothing wrong with pouring more coffee in it and going.
There was also a restaurant in Williamsburg. I didn't work there, but I understood that, like, sometimes you get a bread basket and you get a little crock of butter.
Yeah.
So if people like took a couple knifefuls of butter out of it, and then when it went back to the kitchen, they wouldn't dump it all out and start over. They would just put more butter over and just smooth it
that's
over.
gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I worked at a restaurant once where we put a little corn muffin on the side of a salad. If the
Yeah.
person didn't eat the muffin, we were supposed to take the muffin off and put it on the next salad for the next person. How gross is that?
I believe that's a health code violation.
Of course it is. But these are the things you don't want to know. You don't want to know.
Then why do you tell us?
I'm telling you. I'm telling you all the
So
inside
basically,
secrets.
don't eat the bread that comes to your table.
Don't-
and at a bar, never, ever, ever ask for fruit in your drink.
The poop fruit.
Poop fruit.
Why don't you?
Because
You always say no fruit, no fruit.
I had read a story that says in a bar that the fruit that they put on drinks contains fecal matter.
Because
They did a test.
Right. Well, not always, but it can.
Yes.
Tend to, because the people cutting up the fruit might
People are
have just
going to the
gone
bathroom or not washing their hands, and then they're going to go cut fruit.
Plus, it's sitting out all day, and people
Right.
are in and out of that little thing to get it.
Well, I never
lime or
worry
lemon.
about fruit sitting all day because I think at a busy bar you should be going through fruit regularly.
Right.
But I don't want it.
You don't want it. You don't want poop fruit.
Nope.
Well, and your favorite bartenders know not to give it to you.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Right.
I enjoy fruit in my drink if I'm at home,
Yeah.
but I don't want it at a bar.
You're a fruit. The cicadas are coming.
Oh,
You guys know
yes.
that? If you want to know if the 17-year cicadas are coming to your neighborhood, it's mostly the kind of
All East Coast.
Not the whole thing though. Like it's not Southern Virginia. It's kind of like Northern Virginia and up. Ohio's going to get it bad. Delaware's going to get it bad. Southern New Jersey's going to get it bad. So they're coming. They only last about 3 weeks, but they make a hell of a lot of noise.
A lot of noise and a lot of carcasses.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of dead bugs.
Well, maybe not. I mean, we have a lot of birds. We live in a wooded area. Maybe all the birds eat them.
Maybe. I hope so.
And we also have a lot of bats.
But there's going to be billions and billions and billions of them. So they're going to be everywhere. And they will come out when the ground reaches 64 degrees Fahrenheit.
Well, maybe we should just go continue to buy bags of ice and just lay them out on the ground.
And try to keep them dormant for another 17 years.
Yeah.
You know, they live down underground for 17 years. They come out for 3 weeks, eat, mate, and then they die. If they don't get eaten.
Hell of a life, man.
And then their babies go underground for 17 years. These are the 17-year ones. There's also ones that come out more often, but these are the big ones.
Yeah.
The Generation X ones, apparently. Anyway, skip this next one. Fox News is fighting back. They want, they've been losing ratings and losing viewers since Trump is no longer in office.
Even I heard that OAN has outbeat Fox at least 1 or 2 months over the last 6 months.
Well, the news games are really going. There's a new all black news agency starting up soon. There's that new news one that CBS is working on. I mean, there's a bunch of things. But now Fox News wants to compete at 11 p.m. at night, so they're moving Gutfield. What's his first name?
Greg
Gutfield. They're moving him to 11 p.m. They did that starting yesterday to get a jump on NBC, CBS, and ABC. He's going to compete with Kimmel and Fallon and
is this a new show
Colbert.
that he's doing, or is it just going to be his opinionated news show?
No, he's doing kind of a nighttime comedy interview show for Fox News.
Yeah,
from 11 to 12. But they're putting it on a half an hour earlier, so they're hoping people won't switch over to one of the traditional networks.
It kind of seems like this is misplaced to compete a news show competing with.
Well, it's not going to be a news show. I mean, it's going to be more of a nighttime.
It's a news network.
Oh, well, true. Right.
Adding a nighttime. What do you call those things?
Late night.
Late night shows.
Late night.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk show kind of
won't
format.
Work.
You don't think?
Work. No.
We'll see. They've been getting good ratings at night. So, but Colbert, Kimmel, and Fallon, Colbert gets about 2.5 million people. Kimmel's got 1.6, and Fallon has 1.3.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people are watching late night like they used to. I mean, back in the day when Johnny Carson, it was like everybody watched.
Yeah, but how many were there?
He did like 20 million, 30 million a night. I mean, there were only 3 channels.
Right.
If you were still up, that's what you were watching.
And he was the only, right. There wasn't a lot of options.
Really. He didn't really have a lot of competition back then.
Mm-hmm.
You all right?
No.
He's not okay. We better hurry up. We're watching Bridgerton.
Yes.
If you guys aren't watching Bridgerton.
So we're late to the game. We've talked about this on Binge Bub, but man, it's
so good.
It's so freaking good.
And we've been purposely not binging it because we want it to last because there's only one season. They're still making season 2.
Right.
I don't even know if they've started yet, but we really like it. It's good. I think we're up through episode 5. So 4 or 5.
I think the next one we watch will be 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We watched Godzilla versus Kong last week. I really enjoyed that.
It was a fun
And I didn't think I would.
No, I just thought it would be something that just to watch, but I actually enjoyed it.
It was totally stupid.
I liked it better than the last one.
Yeah.
The 3-headed dragon thing.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
This was good.
But if you didn't see it, but they actually made references to that. Remember when they went into the thing and they found the skulls, the carcasses, and one of them was the 3. Yeah, it was called something. I can't remember.
It's got a name.
Yeah.
Something from mythology, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, they did a good job. You actually believe that these creatures are real. They don't look fake at all.
The only problem that I had with this is at the very end, where it seemed like these 2 creatures had some
give it away.
Of emotional.
Oh, right.
Come to God meeting is like,
right.
Okay, till next time.
Right.
That's the shit. I like.
Is that a spoiler?
Is it?
I don't know.
I don't think it's spoiler because how many King Kong versus Godzillas are there? And there's always an introduction to this third party that gets in their way, and it's like, oh,
well,
today is not our day. We'll fight again.
Well, Godzilla or Kong couldn't have won, or there wouldn't be a sequel.
Right? Exactly.
So, unless it's son of Godzilla or son of Kong.
Yeah.
Crazy. Well, to hear more about all of our streaming video recommendations and stuff, you can listen again to the Binge Bum podcast.
And the next episode of Binge Bum this coming Friday, we will have our official
review of the movie.
Of the film.
Yeah. We wanted to give people a chance to watch it.
Yeah, so it'd be 2 weeks since the release date, roughly.
Yeah.
By the time we do a review. That's why I wanted to wait.
I know. It was good that you did. Hey, super, super big Walking Dead news. If you guys are Walking Dead fans like we are.
Before you say this.
Okay.
I felt like either we have been living under a rock, like we should have known this.
No, it just was released
Or
Sunday.
when we saw the commercial, it was just released.
Released.
Well, man, if that's how you keep a secret.
Yeah.
I mean, because we both looked at each other when we saw it, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so The Walking Dead will end with the upcoming 11th season. It will be their last. It debuts August 22nd, but it's going to be supersized. There's going to be 24 episodes.
Jeez.
Of course, broken up into sections like they usually do. They take a
Right.
hiatus around Christmas. They come back in the spring with more. But they say these are going to be supersized episodes. They're going to be massive in scope. These last 6 episodes of this 10th season were kind of sleepy.
Yeah, I don't even know how you would describe it. They were
focusing.
It tells nothing.
Yeah, they were focusing on 1 or 2 characters at a time for a whole episode. It was a lot of backstory and not a lot of dialogue. You just kind of followed these people doing their thing. We actually haven't watched the last episode. The last episode of season 10 is a Negan flashback. We're going to watch that maybe tonight or tomorrow. And the guy who plays Negan is actually wife in the show is played by his real life wife.
Yeah, and during the pandemic, AMC has been hosting that. I just lost it, but it's a really cute show with him and his wife. It's late night with. I can't think of their last names.
Well, her name is Hillary Burton, and I forgot to write down his name, but it's like dun dun dun. It's a 3-name.
Yeah, and it's his last name that's in the name of the show, and it's really fun. They're just sitting on the couch and they're having some cocktails and they're talking to Walking Dead people, like AMC stars.
I love that.
It's a fun. I think the season's over now. It was during the winter. It was fun to watch.
All right. Well, I love the show and I love Negan, so it's a good show.
Yeah,
and I'm excited about the final season. Because we have not been very excited about the spinoffs.
No, we haven't.
There's been 2 spinoffs, and they've been kind of blah. And I know there are more coming. I know the Rick movies. We were just talking about this yesterday. The Rick movies are supposedly coming.
Yeah. And I'm hoping that their definition that the next season is going to be these massive episodes. I hope that they are sort of in line with like a Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Like those that could be movies.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yes, At Home with the Morgans.
Yes.
That's or something like that with the Morgans is that show.
I had to look it up. And of course I knew it was Jeffrey Dean. What's wrong with me? Crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so if you're not Walking Dead fans, you might be a fan of a show that's completely different, Young Sheldon, which we love this show. I recommend it to everybody. I recommend it to my parents because I think it's like super wholesome, but it's funny as shit. They got an unprecedented. I don't think this has ever happened before on network TV.
Yeah.
3-year renewal. That'll take them through.
That's like what, 2024?
24. Yeah. Wow. I mean, nobody gets renewed for 3 more seasons at once.
They're getting some numbers, man. That's pretty cool.
It's the #1 comedy on broadcast TV.
And just like any 30-minute sitcom comedy that's out there, it's always the B characters that are the best characters. Like in Young Sheldon, it's the grandmother.
Right.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Absolutely the best. And then Reba McEntire has now made appearances. And those 2 together are actually a lot of fun to watch together.
Well,
those 2 should have a show about, like, I don't know, maybe their grandmothers and, the daughter, one has a son, and now they become these... what do you call them? Like mother-in-laws.
Yes.
But those 2 together and they like kind of...
You want the spinoff series for them?
Yeah, like a hate-love kind of relationship between them, and it's funny.
So Meemaw is played by Annie Potts.
Yes.
Who we know from 16 Candles, and she was on Designing Women.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
No. Yeah,
she played the secretary in Ghostbusters. Anyway, so she put this picture up on Instagram, and I follow her, of course, and she looked absolutely beautiful. I mean, there it is. It's very small. And I wrote in my comment, I said, gorgeous. And then I put the little fire symbol. And she liked it.
Yeah.
So Annie Potts knows that I'm alive. I thought that was kind of fun.
Now you're friends.
You know I like it when celebrities like my things. It's not the first time that's happened either.
Yeah.
Did you hear about Beyonce getting over
Yes.
$1 million worth of jewelry, art, and clothes stolen from a public storage unit? The woman is a billionaire. Her and Jay-Z. I don't know how to spell Jay-Z. How do you like my Jay-Z spelling?
Yeah, it's just the letters J and Z.
I wrote J-Z-E-E. They've got like 20 houses. One of them is 90,000 square feet. What is she putting stuff in a storage unit for?
I mean, you would think in a house that big that you would have like a dedicated basement that's like 5,000 square feet of all your stuff that's worth a lot of money. That why? I just want to see Beyonce and Jay-Z pull up to a public storage in their what's the name of a
Rolls
fancy
Royce,
car? Right,
their Bentley,
and it's like, oh, I need these couple of boxes.
Right? It's so
hilarious.
stupid.
It's just stupid.
It's just I don't get it. Like there's no room in
I mean,
their
with people with
house.
that kind of money, if you need storage or protection of certain things, maybe you just like get a subscription to Iron Mountain. They'll come get your things and secure it for you.
What is Iron Mountain?
It's a corporate like storage thing. We had it at the law firm. Iron Mountain would come and take cases that we had finished.
Offsite storage.
Offsite storage.
Right.
But it was protected.
Yeah.
And, because it was sensitive material,
Right.
they would take good care of it.
Fire controlled, climate controlled.
Right.
Well, maybe that's what this was too. But apparently it was just a public storage, like literally a public storage.
It's kind of like, I mean, yes, it's
kinda
sad
laughable.
and people shouldn't take things that don't belong to them. But
Right. Well, of course people shouldn't do that. But if they knew what they were stealing, maybe they didn't even know what they were getting.
Oh,
right?
maybe they would like pick the.
But now
they
know.
hit the jackpot.
Now they know. Shit,
Yeah.
this is Beyonce's.
Well, the thing
sweater.
is, right? Well, if it's jewelry, it's very
Right.
hard, I think, to sell jewelry because I suspect that it's incredibly expensive.
Right.
And if you take it to a pawn shop and you're like, "I got this $50,000 piece,"
Right.
they're like, "That's going to raise some eyebrows."
Be like, that's Beyonce's bitch. I'm
right? Because there's
reporting
probably
you.
pictures of her wearing all this crap.
So stupid. The news is getting even more insane than that. Do you remember the Gorilla Glue woman?
God, yes.
So she ran out of her hair product, so she decided to use Gorilla Glue on her hair. She had it in there for over a month and had to get surgery to have it removed from her scalp.
Yeah.
Her name is Tessica Brown. She's 40 years old. She just made the news a couple days ago because she's pregnant for the 6th time. I don't know why she is a new celebrity. She's a Gorilla Glue celebrity. She's not happy about it either.
Because she went viral.
She says that she never wanted to go viral. She just posted the damn TikTok video because she wanted other people to know they shouldn't put Gorilla Glue in their hair.
I do believe that in some cases that there are videos like you and I that would share that are just absolutely crazy or hilarious, and the things just take off on their own.
Just go. You just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, you have no control over it.
Well, apparently she and her fiance, who she's having the 6th kid with, he's already got 4 kids, so they're going to have 10 kids together.
Wow.
10 kids that they can screw up.
It's a lot of babies.
I hope the first lesson they teach these kids is not to put Gorilla Glue in your hair.
Yeah. You
or
know
any,
what,
any other body part.
She was supposed to sue the makers of Gorilla Glue, and I have not heard
She better not. That's
she
just
better
ridiculous.
not have won.
Yeah.
But I don't think she was the instigator behind it. I think some
lawyer probably
some
reached
stupid
out
lawyer
to her.
that lives in a basement said, "Oh, this is good."
Yeah,
You know,
I'm gonna have a payday off of you.
Exactly.
Right.
That's probably what happened.
People sue for the dumbest shit.
You ain't gotta tell me.
So ridiculous. Another one that I saw, and I made fun of this on my own Facebook page. Websites, including Entertainment Weekly, a couple magazines, were running this story about country singer Luke Bryan. He's one of the judges on American Idol.
Yeah.
And he's a big country star. He got a fishing hook stuck in his thumb. That's the whole fucking story. He got a fishing hook stuck in his thumb. And I wrote on Facebook, I posted the story and I wrote, I pooped today. Where's my news story?
You're not a celebrity.
Where's my article? Nobody cares.
I understand like people like EW
It's getting silly.
would post that.
There's
It's celebrity news.
I can see them posting a story. Luke Bryan is divorcing his wife, or Luke Bryan bought a $15 million house in Beverly Hills. But Luke Bryan gets a fucking fishing hook stuck in his thumb. I don't get it. Of course, here we are talking about it.
Ouch.
Yeah, ouch is right. It's the same. Page 6 yesterday had a story. Literally, the headline was Katy Perry quit shaving her legs since becoming a mom. That was the headline of the story in page 6 in the New York Post. does anyone need to know that
Well-
Katy Perry has fuzzy legs?
I mean, you say this and you watch freaking Real Housewives.
That's different.
How is it any different?
Because that's important.
Marsha called Jane a bitch. This is the big show. We got to watch 30 minutes to see how it resolves itself.
It is true. It is
It's the
inane.
same
It's
thing.
inane crap.
That whole network needs to go away. That whole network is horrible.
It's not. See, he doesn't even know that the Real Housewives are not on either on Bravo.
Oh, that's another bad one. But E2 is
Same
horrible.
company. It's all NBC.
Yeah.
It's all on Peacock now. My Peacock cock. My Peacock cock.
I mean,
Meanwhile,
I guess someone's watching it, so.
what do you think about Ricky Martin's new leg tattoo?
I mean,
It's
I like
not
it up
attractive.
until I like it up until at the ankle and go into the toes. That's a little weird to me.
So it's this massive, very dark, filled in smoke looking thing on his leg below his knee, and then it goes into these individual lines to each toe. I just don't think that's attractive.
Well, I think it's going to the webbing of his toes because there's only 4 lines, and unless he has 4 toes, no, there's 5 there. It's going to the webbing of his toes.
Bad news for OnlyFans. People on OnlyFans, the company who produces OnlyFans, has announced that people can't do nudity and sex in public places unless they get written permission from the landowner.
You know,
But
the only thing I'm
surprisingly, there's a
upset
lot
with-
of people that do that.
Yeah. Why didn't I come up with the idea of OnlyFans?
Right?
Although it has to be a legal nightmare. I can't imagine what they have to go through to verify people's identities and their ages.
Yeah. He almost lost his ball. He's playing with this tiny little ball and it rolled off.
But it's huge. I mean, there's reports of like Instagram
It's like $1 billion business.
and TikTokers who are like really popular who are starting
Yeah.
OnlyFans are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month.
Do you want to start one?
No, I don't.
What about you and me?
But it's also funny that there are a couple of TikTokers that I have come across, and they said that, because a lot of these are people that are like just turned 18 or 19 are still living at home
right.
and are not filing their own taxes. And then they get their W-2 from OnlyFans and their
And they have to give it to
parents
their mom.
have to file for them. It's like, what do you say? Because I think a lot of these people don't realize what comes after this, that you're going to, it's
'Cause
not
you can make tens of thousands of dollars a month,
lot.
if not more.
right.
So again, why don't we start one? We call it Swish Edition After Dark. We could show them all of our privates.
Oh, God.
You think anyone wants to see your privates?
No, I don't even want to see them so much times.
That is funny.
Oh, God.
It's funny. So a surprising number of content creators feature risky and public sex and nudity in public places,
You know
like
what?
parks and
I am not mad about this at all.
yeah.
I think the whole thing about OnlyFans is great. Do what you gotta do. Get paid.
right. I
Get
think
paid.
if
but just know that it comes with
Yeah.
taxes. So if you live at home and you're still not an adult yet,
yeah.
I mean, you got to be 18. But if you're not filing your own taxes, beware.
I think I'm all for people finding creative ways to make money. And if you can show your wiener on OnlyFans and people pay $10 a month.
I mean, it's things like this because I am an advocate for decriminalizing sex work.
yeah.
I think this is on a path to something like that. It's your body. Do what you want. Somebody's willing to pay for it. Do it.
But if you're going to do it in old McMuffin's farm, you got to get his permission.
That's dirty. That's funny and dirty, and I love it. Because don't women call it a muffin?
Some people do, I think.
Yeah. So if you're gonna do it in Old McMuffin,
Old McMuffin's farm. Better get permission. All right, we're going to get even dirtier next week.
oh god,
OnlyFans, coming soon.
yeah,
Swish Edition After Dark.
oh my god,
Yeah. All right, I hope you feel better.
Yes, I do too.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
I got blow my nose.
We have to go get our COVID shots.
Yes. All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
We didn't sit in COVID.